What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy SteezyASmith in the building, and today we're here to talk about my Seattle Seahawks and the 3 keys to victory tomorrow in Atlanta. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it.
What's going on, YouTube? Your boy SteezyASmith in the building.
Team Steezy, what is going on? Welcome to the SteezyASmith channel. If you guys are new to this channel, my name is Calvin Domingo, aka SteezyASmith. I'm an aspiring sports analyst, and as I talked about last week, I talk about sports, I write about sports, I used to play sports. If you're new to this channel, please show us some love, hit the subscribe button. It really helps the whole team to push out a lot more content. And also, be sure to follow us on Instagram at SteezyASmith. It's only been about a month, but we're nearing 400 followers. If you guys can help us run that up, it's an extension of this YouTube channel. So if you guys want to tune in for more SteezyASmith content, be sure to hit us with a follow on there. If you like the shirt that you're seeing, link will be in the description to the Team Steezy merch. Without further ado, let's get into my 3 keys to victory in Atlanta. So, my first key to Seattle Seahawks victory in Atlanta is let's not take their star receivers for granted. Their star receivers, Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley, the Atlanta offense is absolutely loaded. These guys have 2 legitimate #1 wide receivers in football. As we all know, Julio Jones is one of the best wide receivers, if not the best wide receiver in football. And so no matter what we do, we can only hope to neutralize him, not necessarily stop him. Calvin Ridley, I'm very high on him. I have him in all 4 of my fantasy football leagues this season. I think that last season, if he was to play a full 16-game season, if you were to extrapolate his numbers would have equaled, if not been a lot more impressive than Julio Jones. Also add in Hayden Hurst to the mix. He's a former first-round pick of the Baltimore Ravens. You add him to the mix, I think you add some much-needed athleticism and some youth to that tight end position. That Tar Gurley, he's also a very adept pass catcher. And so my first key to victories is let's not allow these star receivers to take over the game. I understand our secondary is much improved, but if we allow these guys to run roughshod over our secondary and absolutely tear us up, we absolutely have no chance of winning this game. So number 1, let's take their star receivers out of the game and not let them take over. Number 2, let's expose Atlanta's questionable secondary. Season, although they went 6-2 in the second half of the season, their defense took a major step forward. I still have a lot of concerns about their secondary. They overdrafted AJ Terrell from Clemson in the first round, I think at 16th overall, and I don't think that he's ready to step in as the team's #1 corner. They also have Isaiah Oliver, Keanu Neal's coming back after 2 injury-riddled seasons. I apologize, but I don't even remember the last member of this secondary. But clearly, this secondary is not a problem that I think we should be worrying about. And we definitely have the personnel on offense to take advantage of their porous secondary. DK Metcalf, he's the next Megatron. I've been on record saying that he could potentially be a top 10 receiver this year. Tyler Lockett, we all know what he's capable of. Josh Gordon, whenever he comes back, I doubt that he plays in this game, but once he comes back, he's going to add to the dynamic offense that we already have. Philip Dorsett, I think that being a former first-round pick, he's a deep threat. Russell Wilson loves to throw the deep ball. Greg Olsen, Will Dissly, Luke Wilson, Jacob Hollister, the list goes on. Let's expose that secondary and make this shootout full of fireworks. Number 3, last but not least, can we establish any sort of pass rush? Last year, we finished with 28 sacks, tied for second to last in the entire NFL with 28. Atlanta, on the other hand, only had 28 as well, and so it's not like their pass rush is any concern. But I think that with all the depth, all the pieces that we added in the offseason, I think that it's very important for us to establish some sort of pass rush. Atlanta is starting a whole bunch of first-rounders. I think their entire starting offense is full of first-rounders, and so for us to get to Matt Ryan, to get under his skin, we need to send a pass rush out there that's going to be willing to put pressure on the quarterback and to kind of get him out of rhythm, to get him out of his game plan. As I mentioned earlier, Atlanta has a very explosive offense. If Matt Ryan is sitting in the pocket for 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 6, 7 seconds, it doesn't matter how good our secondary is going to be this season. He's going to have all the time in the world to throw. And so Benson Mayowa, Bruce Irvin, Darrell Taylor, Alton Robinson, Jamal Adams, Jordan Brooks, we have to add some sort of pass rush to the mix. We cannot finish the season with another measly 28 sacks, because that is going to be the #1 reason why we do not advance in the playoffs or even make it to the Super Bowl. And so last but not least, my 3rd and final key, can we establish any sort of pass rush against this explosive Atlanta offense? It is going to be the only way to get this offense out of rhythm. It's going to be the only way for the playmakers not to have the ball in their hands. If we are able to execute on all 3 of these keys, we will emerge victorious. My final score, 31-30, go Hawks. So to recap, my 3 keys to victory in Atlanta are: 1, don't let Atlanta's star receivers take over the game. 2, let's expose that very questionable secondary of Atlanta's. And 3, are we able to establish any sort of pass rush whatsoever? Let me know in the comments below. Are we going away with the victory in Atlanta, or are we going to continue our tradition of struggling in early season games? What do you guys think? Do you guys have a different score than me? Do you guys have Seattle coming out with the victory in Atlanta? That's it for today, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Steezy out.